Hi there! Welcome back to Belton's Backyard Buddies. Today we're going to be talking about dragonflies. You guys have probably seen dragonflies flying around and their cousins, the damselflies. They're ferocious predators. They can eat up to 100 different mosquitoes a day. And mosquitoes bite us, so that's helpful, right? They're very good predators. We call them the sharks of the air. Now, they have a really interesting life cycle that we're going to talk about now. All right, so the first part of the dragonfly's life cycle, the female dragonfly will lay eggs on vegetation that's close to fresh water. Now, it's really important that it needs to be fresh water for the dragonfly to complete its life cycle. So after the female dragonfly lays eggs on that vegetation, they will develop into what we call a naiad. Now, that's a very specific term. It is an aquatic nymph of a dragonfly or a damselfly. Now, this particular one is a dragonfly. And dragonflies spend up to 2 years of their life in fresh water. And that's when they're here, they eat small fish, they might eat each other, and they eat mosquito larvae. So they're very good pest control. So when it's ready to develop, it will crawl out of the water, crawl up one of these stalks, and attach itself to the vegetation. From there, it will molt. Now, do you remember what molting is? Molting is when they shed their exoskeleton. So they're shedding their outside skin. So it'll crack open and an adult dragonfly will come out. So basically, its little abdomen comes out of this hole. It unfurls its wings, and then it stays there for a day or two and dries them. Because dragonflies have these large membranous wings. Remember, we talked about beetles, that they have hard outer wings and soft membranous inner wings. Now, dragonflies only have membranous wings, and they are very, very, very good flyers. So next, we'll talk about a little bit of anatomy of the dragonfly. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about dragonfly anatomy. Now, a dragonfly is an insect. Remember what an insect is. It has 6 legs. It also has a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Also, insects have 4 wings, so 2 pairs. The dragonflies have these beautiful iridescent membranous wings. They have this long abdomen for steering. They're super speedy. They can travel up to 7 miles in a day. They have long migrations where they change from season to season. They go to different places to stay in the warmth because remember, insects are cold-blooded. Now, what's really interesting about dragonflies is that they're predators. We've gone over this. But what makes them such excellent hunters is their eyes. I don't know if you can see their eyes right here. They're so large. They take up the majority of the dragonfly's head, and they can almost see 360 degrees around. So they can see all the way here. The only place they can't see is right here at the back of the head. So they're super, super good hunters. And their eyes are very, very strong. Stronger than ours for sure. They also have this mandible down here. So they'll catch a mosquito or a fly or another dragonfly with their legs down there. So they clasp it with their feet. They bring it to their mouth, and they will actually eat other insects while they're still flying in the air, catching other ones. How cool is that? So now I want to demonstrate something that I think is really cool. Dragonflies are prehistoric. They've not evolved very much for the last 300 million years. Million with an N. It's crazy, right? So, what's funny is 300 million years ago, a dragonfly was this big. Can you imagine a dragonfly flying through the air? That's bigger than your head? So just to compare, this is an everyday dragonfly zooming through the air, right? This is what a dragonfly looked like 300 million years ago. So imagine the kind of prey that they could catch then. How crazy is that? See these a little better real quick. You see them flying around super fast. Let's see that. They're so cool. Well, these look like blue and green darners, which are these really large dragonflies. Some almost as big as my palm. Well, these are pretty prehistoric animals. They haven't changed much in the last couple thousand million years. I'll get you a date on that. I think it's the Cretaceous period is what we can date these back to. But I'll look that up for you. All right. These guys are super fast. Ambush predators of the sky. Remember, ambush is where they take them by surprise. And predator, they actually feast on other insects. These guys do. So they have to be super fast. They have great eyesight. They're kind of like the sharks of the insect world. And sometimes in spring or early summer, in the very, very early morning when there's still dew on the grass, you can see just huge swarms of these eating mosquitoes. And we love that here in the South because mosquitoes eat us. All right, I think that's all we're going to see today.